Okay guys, back once again. Continuing on with step number 7, I've made some progress. I've got some of the on-vehicle equipment or the pioneering tools installed. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to illustrate a little further the use of Tamiya Extra Thin. And I've installed this pry bar here. Let me zoom in for you. Right here is this pry bar. You'll know it's a huge pry bar. That thing's probably about 1.5 meters long, and the purpose of the pry bar for the crew, so when they're in the field, they break a track, they've got to put on a spare track link. That pry bar is used to pull on either the idler or the tensioner with a bunch of leverage or moment arm to get it onto the vehicle. So I very carefully dry fitted, it's in place. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Tamiya Extra Thin, wipe off the excess, and just dab and dab, and that's it. And it's just whoop, flows right in. And that's what, guys, why Tamiya Extra Thin is such a wonderful product to use, and I would recommend it for any beginning modeler to use. And it should be available just about anywhere. And there's Hobbytown franchises all over the U.S. and they sell it too. So I'm going to continue installing. I've only got 3 parts left, so the next part to install is the fire extinguisher, which is actually pretty nicely detailed, I might add. So looks like it goes there and there. This one is going to take a little gluing beforehand, so I'm going to put a little glue in that locator pin, a little glue in the back of this, and I'm going to put it down. Oh. And sometimes it goes south. Fiddly fingers. There we go. Dang it. Should have used my tweezers. I'm going into my tweezers. I got fingerprints all over this thing now. There we go. So, I got it down, but I need to strengthen it. So I'm going to take my Extra Thin, come in at it on the sides. Like I said, you may see some shining marks where I put down the glue. It doesn't matter. You're not going to see it once it's painted and primed because it's so thin, that's why they call it extra thin, that it's completely surfaced with all the flesh, completely flush with all the surface detail on the model. So like I said, none of that will show as you begin to paint and prime. And I'm going to put in another one of these fender supports. I hope my fire extinguisher is not in the way. Tweezers are a good thing. There we go. It's the part where I need it. So, same thing, very fiddly part. Just take some Extra Thin, just touch it to the base. That glue just flows right down into the gap in the locator mark, locating positioner, using capillary action. And it dries within seconds. Boom, done. Once again, that's to illustrate how great Tamiya Extra Thin is. So I've got the last part for this step number 7, and this is a spare track, not a spare track, a spare road wheel holder. And same kind of thing here, I'm just going to touch, this needs to be glued beforehand, And I'm just going to put it down. There it is. And then I'm going to touch just a little bit of the extra thin up here at the front. Boom, done. There it is. So that's, I think, a pretty good illustration of how the extra thin works and the benefits of it. And so step number 7 is finished. There it is. So that's the progress thus far. Let me back out just a little for you. Oops, wrong way. You know what? And I'm not done with number 7 because I've got to install these engine access cover, protective, armored covers for the engine access lures. So minor, no big deal, 3 steps. Then I go right on into step number 8, and looks like that's going to be a piece of cake. So, and then I start to work on the vehicle equipment on the right-hand side of the vehicle, which looks pretty cool. So awesome. So, anyways, I'll be right back in a little bit here, guys. So take care. Hey guys, back again. Probably the last time for this evening. So, making some progress, getting some stuff done. So, basically, I'm completed up through step number 8, and which is nice. You had options here in step number 8 to do the spaced frontal armor on the bow or the front of the hull, and all the, well, not all, but step number 7 was completed. So I'm just going to go into step number 9. I don't know if I'm going to get to that or not tonight. So I need to let this spaced armor assembly dry before I install it on the vehicle. And so far, I've been enjoying it. It's a fun build. It won't be that long before we're priming and doing some painting. So, and I think that'll be a lot of fun too. That's always my favorite part. So, I'm going to call it a night, I think, buds. Once again, I appreciate you supporting my channel and tuning in for this series. I hope you guys are getting something out of it. So, everybody, take care and have a good night. Bye-bye.